Yo, what's up guys, my name's Killer and welcome back to another video. Sorry if I'm a bit quieter today, I'm recording this somewhat later at night, so I want to get my voice down a little. Hope you don't mind the gameplay in the back also. It was like the only thing I could think of recording. But today's video, I'm going to be ranking every single DDLC mod that I've played. Sorry if you can hear my chair in the background. Um, so I've watched a lot of DDLC mods, I haven't been able to play them, but I have seen a lot of channels posting, like K-Manga and all that. Like, I've seen a lot of those mods and the bike as well. I've seen quite a lot of the DDLC mods and videos, and I want to go over every single one that I've read. I'm not going to go from worst to best or best to worst, these are not in particular order. I just want to give my review and thoughts on them and see what you guys think. Let's get into it. So first off, DDLC Blue Skies. I'm pretty sure every DDLC fan who knows about mods has heard of Blue Skies. Blue Skies is one of the best mods out there, I think. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely one of the best. It's so incredibly written. Each character has a route, and I'm pretty sure every single route has a good ending and a bad ending. Like, and I'm pretty sure there's like a true ending as well, which is like maybe like the best one you can get. I'm not sure. But yeah, I haven't played all the routes of Blue Skies yet. I've played the Natsuki route and I've played the Yuri route, I think. And I was like watching these with my friends and I was like, bro, this is good. Like this is like an incredibly ramrod mod. There's not that many mods out there that are like really incredibly written, such as Blue Skies. Like, and not all mods out there give you the option to go on these individual routes, to go on a Monaco route, a Shiori, Natsuki, Yuri route. Not all these routes give you the option, like, not all these mods, sorry, give you the option to go on all these routes. It's amazing, honestly. And yeah, DDLC Blue Skies, even though it's not my favorite, I have to give it a 10 out of 10. It's such a good mod. If it hasn't got the appreciation out there, it should definitely be a lot more appreciated because it's such an incredible mod. Next, DD DDLC exit music. Oh boy, exit music. Fun fact, this was one of the first of the few mods that I've actually watched, and with exit music. At first I thought it was alright, and I don't know why I thought that, but now that I look back on it, it was kinda shit. Like, the mod itself wasn't that bad, but the ending of it, basically, I'll give spoilers just in case people want a spoiler warning. But spoiler alert for DDLC Exit Music mod. Natsuki just kills herself, and like at, at the end, I was just kind of like left clueless. I was just there like, why? Like, I know this is supposed to be sad, but like, why? I know I was just kind of like left clueless to like why everything happened. It kind of like left like such like a mysterious, like, no, I don't know. I just don't think, like, compared to like a lot of other mods out there and compared to the original game, I don't think exit music is that good. I I don't know. I don't know. Exit music not that great. 3 out of 10, I guess. I don't know. Next one, DDLC. This one, this one is so cursed. DDLC A Month with Natsuki. When I watched this mod for the first time, I was just like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, this was again one of like when I was just like getting into DDLC mods, and I watched this one, not knowing what I was about to get myself into. This is one of the mods that the bike made, or well uploaded. I don't know if he made it or not. And I was watching this, and I was there like, what am I watching? Like, yeah, it had a storyline, I guess it had all that, but at at times I was just so like, just speechless. I don't know, man. I I I don't even know how to explain this one because it was just so weird. Like, basically, like, just in case I get a spoiler alert, basically, like, you're like, I'm guessing, like, a month with Natsuki, you're spending a month with her, but then, like, you do all this, like, weird shit with Natsuki, so it's just like, well, I know it's normal to have sex and shit, but, like, for it to be described so, like, specifically, I was just there, like, what the hell? And, I don't know, it was just very, like, sexualized, and I was just, at the end, I was just there, like, what the fuck did I just find? Next. DDLC Window to Your Heart. No joke, this is one of the most underrated mods of all time. I watched this mod and I love it so much. It's so underappreciated in my opinion, and I think it's so underrated. I think it maybe not underrated, but it's so like over like it's so like clouded over with like all the other mods such as like Blue Skies and some of the other mods I'll mention soon. But Window to Your Heart, low key, it's such a good mod. I remember watching this mod and I was just there like another episode, another episode, another episode. Like like do you know like that meme where it's like, oh, go to bed after this episode and you say like, oh, one more episode. It was like that with me with Window to Your Heart. I appreciate it so much. Oh, by the way, just in case I forgot to mention, uh, a month with Natsuki. I'll give that like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Anyways, Window to Your Heart. Um, yeah, such a good mod, man. I love everything about it, and it's just such an amazing mod. Like, it was, I just love it. Like, it had like a really great story. Introduces like some other characters that you might have not seen, like from the original game, obviously. Like, and I just think the mod's amazing. 10 out of 10. I love the mod. Next up, DDLC Vigilante. Just before I get into it, heads up, I haven't seen the whole thing yet. I'm pretty sure I've already seen like the first part of Vigilante. I actually haven't seen the second part of Vigilante. I think there's a second part, and I haven't seen that part yet, but I will eventually. But for what I've seen of Vigilante, it's a pretty good mod. You know, it had like it's like really interesting. It's got some emotional impact in there. Um, you know, it's got like obviously that hint of romance. It's just like a nice watch to watch. You know, it's got like a little bit of everything in there, a little bit of action, a little bit of romance, bit of this and that. You know, it's got quite a lot of good things in there, and Vigilante, very good. Again, I can't speak for all of it because I haven't seen everything yet. So who knows, it might have gotten even better, it might have got worse. Hopefully not. I can't obviously speak for it too much, but just just from what I've seen, like the first part of it, it's pretty damn amazing. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I think that's fair. Pretty good. Next up, DDLC I Gently Open the Door mod. This is just one of those mods that's like it's more like it's supposed to be humor. It's not supposed to be emotional. It's not supposed to have romance. It's not supposed to have action or whatever the hell. This is all pure comedy. Now, I'm pretty sure every DDLC, like everyone who's played DDLC and hears the line, I I gently open the door, you think immediately curse because you know what's gonna happen after that line was said. You know what's gonna happen. So every time you hear I gently open the door mod, you think shit, cursed. But with this mod, it's slightly different. Instead of like showing the Shiori scene, it it just like completely like makes it a 180 and has like all these like different scenarios like, oh, I gently open the door and it serves the Shiori death scene. It's like something completely different. I don't know, when I was watching this mod, I just I just found it so funny. I just think it's amazing mod to have a laugh after like going through the trauma of seeing Shiori in a room, you know. And I just think the mod's amazing. I'm not gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because, you know, but it's definitely 10 out of 10 like humor wise. Altogether, about a 7 out of 10. It's just there. It's good to have a laugh and I just love it. Next up, DDLC Switcheroo. I'm not sure if many people have heard of Switcheroo, but basically what switcheroo is. Basically, as it might sound like, the Dorkies switch. They have like basically the like the gender bend now, the gender bend, and they completely switch genders. So Shiori is now known as Satori. Um, Finny Natsuki is now Natsuko, and then there was Monica who's Mateo, and then there was Yuri who's Yuri, like two U's instead of one U. Um, and yeah, like with Switcheroo, like it was everything about it, like no joke, like you might just think it's regular DDLC, but like it's just they're just in completely different bodies now. They're just in a male body, but like that's not even it. It actually has like a storyline. All these people have character development. It has like completely different routes. Like you might think, oh, the first person to die will be the gender bent Shiori, and it actually wasn't. It like it was just full of plot twists, and like it actually's got a few jump scares in there as well. So there's some horror in there, and it was just such an amazing mod. Like I freaking love Switcheroo. It's one of my favorite mods out there. Again, not my favorite, but one of my favorites out there. Absolutely love Switcheroo, and everything like it was just amazing. Like it had its own story and everything. It didn't just rely on a copy paste of DDLC and then put the 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 girl Dorkies into these male bodies. No, it actually had its own story and everything, and everyone had their own character development. It was amazing. A 10 out of 10. Loved Switcheroo. Next up, DDLC Salvation. It's actually been a while since I watched Salvation because, believe it or not, this was the first ever mod I played. Salvation was the first ever mod, and it it was amazing. Um, like Salvation for my first mod, it set my expectations high for mods. Well, it didn't like set them high, but it showed me how amazing some of these mods can be, and I I had nothing to hate about Salvation. It had the emotional impact. It had yeah, like it had the emotional impact. It had you know all these people having character development. Everyone being like it's just like it's like a complete different story in general. And like the premise of it is like saving Shiori from the beginning, and like everything like happens like differently from there. It's not like your regular mod where you just save Shiori, and then like it's a regular mod of Monica trying to be evil again. It's actually like it's got such a like cool thing to it. If you haven't watched Salvation, I definitely recommend it. I know it might not sound like I'm going too much into depth, but I'm just trying my best not to give away any spoilers, just in case it gives away spoilers, in case anyone wants to play some of these. I know I said spoilers for some of them, but I don't want to give away too many. I don't want to give away too many, but yeah, Salvation, brilliant mod, especially for the first one I played. I wouldn't say it's a 10 out of 10. There was a few flaws here and there, but it definitely was quite an amazing mod, and I would say it's 8 or 8.5, maybe 9. It was definitely an amazing mod, and I loved it. I loved it a lot. It was amazing. Like I love all the stuff like mods that like have their own stories to it. It's amazing, amazing mod. Love it. Next up, DDLC Snafu. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really remember it. I don't know if that's just because I have a bad memory or the mod might have just been unforgettable, but I didn't really remember much about Snafu. I couldn't really remember much about it. It was just kind of like just unforgettable in my eyes. Like I don't really remember much about Snafu, so I can't really go too much into detail. So yeah, I don't even know if it'll be right for me to rate it because it could be amazing, it could be terrible, and I just can't remember it well. I don't know. I do remember playing it. I just can't remember how it like turned out. I'll give it like For all the people that hate it out there, 1 out of 10. For all the people who love it out there, 10 out of 10. There we go. What about that? I don't know what to give it. I can't remember much about Snafu, so about a 5 out of 10. That's not bad. That's just because I can't remember it. Next, I don't know if you want to count this one, but I included it anyway, just in case you all want to count it. DDLC Friday Night Funkin'. I don't know if you want to call this a Friday Night Funkin' mod or DDLC mod, but since it includes DDLC, I just decided to play it safe and include it. It's very good. It has a lot of, like, the music is amazing. The characters are funny to listen to. Um, you know, I say it's more on the Friday Night Funkin' side, because obviously, like, you have to like have the music and stuff. That's the whole point of it, and you're actually like playing Friday Night Funkin' and not DDLC, so it's more of a Friday Night Funkin' mod rather than DDLC. But I decided to include it anyway, just in case, And I'll give it like, I say like an 8 out of 10, Obviously, it's more dedicated to Friday Night Funkin' than DDLC, but it was still very fun to watch, and since it included DDLC, I just thought it would be cool to include it in there. So yeah, amazing. Next up, DDLC Within. Again, I can't remember much about this mod, but I do remember it being quite a good mod. I remember watching Within, and I just remember like very good mod. I know the characters were like pretty good. Like I can't remember who you have the thingy with. Let me check. Like the romance thing. Okay, not gonna lie, I got this completely mixed up with another mod, but it's still a good mod from what I've seen. And you have this love interest with Monica, just like a lot of other ones. I got this completely mixed up with another mod, but this one is still quite good. It's not as good as the other one I was thinking of. I don't know why I somehow got confused. But this mod, it's pretty good. It has some of its few CGs in there as well, and has like all these other characters as well. It's a pretty good mod. Um, it can get a little bit annoying time to time because I'm pretty sure the MC talks in his head all the goddamn time. Like, is there like, oh, I look at Monica, she smiles at me, I start blushing, and then like he describes absolutely everything in his head, and I'm sometimes just like, can we just talk to the characters? Can we like not talk about Monica every 2 seconds? So that can get a little annoying, but apart from that, I think it's a pretty good mod. I would say it's a 6.5, 7 out of 10. One of them. It was pretty good, but not the best one out there. Next up, DDLC. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes to see which one's going down. DDLC, Fruits of Literature. Fruits of Literature is one of the good mods out there. I remember thinking nothing but amazement when I was watching this. It had such a good storyline. It's like all like full of plot twists and everything. I remember watching this and just being like so engaged with the story. I just remember it being like a really good story. Like I loved it. I loved everything about Fruits of Literature. And has like a bit of everything in there as well, just like everything else. A bit of the romance and action, stuff like that. It was a very good mod, and I've got no complaints about it. 10 out of 10. That's all. Next up, DDLC's The Dorkies Hate the MC. Come on guys, let's face it, the MC's a bit of a prick. He kind of deserves to be hated on. Again, this is kind of like I Gently Open the Door mod. This is completely dedicated towards comedy. It has like, it's not supposed to be like a serious mod with like action and romance and that emotional impact stuff. This is all completely comedy, and I just thought it was amazing to watch. Like the MC deserves it. He deserves to have hate. Like he was a complete like dick like to Siori, like his childhood friend, and when with that depression talk, it kind of felt like he was trying to make it about him, making Siori feel worse. I don't know, but apart from that, a little bit distracted there. I think it's such a funny mod, and it's just kind of funny to see all the donkeys just do a complete 180 instead of having this romantic interest into him. They just completely hate him. I know, I just think it's funny. Um, about 7 out of 10 again. I love the comedy type of mods. It's just a nice change of pace to have. Next, DDLC Fleeting Feelings. I can't remember much about this one either, so I'm gonna have to quickly check what it's about. Alright, now I remember Fleeting Feelings. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't enjoy it. Didn't enjoy it at all, really. It was kind of just all over the place. I didn't quite get anything at it at all. It was just kind of an all over the place mod. I don't know if that's just me, but I was just watching it and I just really didn't get what was going on, and I just didn't find it enjoyable. 1 out of 10. Like, I couldn't really find a good point about it, to be honest. Sorry if anyone's like pissed about that rating, but yeah. Next up, DDLC, the World of Dreams. I'm pretty sure anyone who's watched DDLC mods has been waiting for this one. DDLC World of Dreams is my favorite mod out there. Everything about this mod is just amazing. It has such a good storyline. It has such good character development. It has these amazing plot twists. It has like amazing romance as well, and not just romance but friendship as well with other people. And it's not a finished mod yet. It's still continuing. I'm pretty sure Act 2 of it is in development, and they've released like part of it. But yeah, all the dreams, like, it's such a good mod, and I just can't wait to see it in its like final like thing. Like, I just love all the dreams. Everything about it's just amazing. 10 out of 10. Literally no complaints about it. I'm not going to give away any spoilers because anyone who hasn't watched World of Dreams needs to go watch it right now. It's such a good mod and you need to watch it. If you haven't watched World of Dreams, go watch it right after this video. Even if you don't know DDLC, watch it after this video. It's amazing. Next up, DDLC Normal VN. Normal VN, I guess it isn't bad, but it's kind of basic. It's kind of just like DDLC, but if the Sayori thing didn't really happen and Monica wasn't a psychopath trying to kill her friends. That's something hitting on Monica, by the way, but it was kind of psychotic that she killed her friends, you know. But I don't really hate Normal VN. I just thought it was kind of basic. Everyone has their own route, so that's cool. I love mods that have individual routes because it gives every story their own every character, sorry, its character development, and you know, it just shows the amount of effort and dedication that gets put into these mods. But again, nothing too special about normal VN. Just imagine DDLC, but normal, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10. Nothing too mind blowing, but nothing to hate about either. Just kind of basic. Next up, DDLC Triple Trouble. Again, another curse mod, including Natsuki. Like, it was so weird when watching this mod. Like, cool has its own story, I guess, but everything that's like happening in the mod, it's just cursed, and I, I'm just speechless just thinking about it. All I could think while watching it, like while watching this mod, all I could think of, this is kind of cursed. That's all I could think when watching this mod. Again, it's not bad, but it's just kind of weird. It's an unfinished mod. It's not in its final production yet, so who knows? It could get better. It could get a lot less cursed. It could get more cursed for all I know. But just from what I've seen, I give it a 6 out of 10. It's not the greatest one out there. Hasn't got too much stuff yet. Of course, again, it's only in development, so this rating might seem a bit unfair. But for now, just for where it's at, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. So yeah. Next up, did you see the donkeys get drunk mod? Again, another comedy mod, and a mod that's just supposed to be full of satire and giggles and laughs, you know. This one was just so funny when I watched it. Like, it was just kind of funny to see how the donkeys could act like if they were just drunk. I just remember laughing the whole time watching this mod, and yeah, I hate nothing about it. Again, it's one of those comedy mods, so it's probably just like another 7 out of 10. But like, I just found it so funny when watching the mod, and I just love all the comedy mods out there. It's just nice to have you change of pace. So yeah, 7 out of 10. Dougie's Get Drunk mod, absolutely hilarious. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I think it's hilarious. DDLC Spark of Hope mod. I'm gonna be completely honest, I haven't fully watched Spark of Hope yet, so maybe it's a bit unfair to put this on the list. But just from what I've seen so far, I think it's a pretty good mod. Basically, you kind of forgive Monica after like what she's done. In this case, Shiori actually doesn't get killed, but everyone knows what she tried to do, Shiori, and you forgive Monica, and now you're gonna try help the other people to forgive Monica and show that she completely regrets her actions and she wants to be a completely different person. She just wants to just be friends with everyone and just change because she knows what she did was completely messed up. Again, I haven't watched all of it, but from what I've seen, it's a pretty damn good mod, and right now I don't really have any problems with it. I'm not gonna give it a 10 out of 10, just because I haven't watched it yet. That might be a bit unfair, but or maybe it is fair. Maybe an ending could be bad, and maybe that could be a good thing. But I don't know. I hopefully it doesn't come to that. But yeah, I do like Spark of Hope. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 for now. Very good mod. Um, it's got a lot of cool things, and yeah, I can't wait to watch the rest of it. That's all I gotta say about it. Next up, DDLC Behind Closed Doors mod. Behind Closed Doors, it was just weird to me, It was kind of just, what the hell is going on? Like, yeah, like, I guess I like had somewhat of a message of it, like episode 1, episode 2, it's fine. But then like some other parts, I just kind of like couldn't like grasp what was going on. Maybe again, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just stupid. Well, I already knew that part, but like I just couldn't really get it. And I was just there like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. You'll have to watch it for yourself to get it because I don't quite get it myself. Again, it's been a while since I've watched a lot of these mods, so I might not be able to accurately rate them, but just from what I remember, I just remember being clueless and just, I don't know. It's one of those mods where like it's about like Natsuki's home life and stuff. Obviously, that's like a powerful message because anyone who plays DDLC knows about Natsuki's home life. It's obviously horrible what happens. Um, but yeah, I just couldn't really quite grasp what was going on in this mod, and yeah, yeah, you need to watch it for yourself to get it. So yeah, I'll give it 5 out of 10. Next up, DDLC What If mod. DDLC What If mod, it's a very interesting mod, I would say. It's very interesting. It basically allows you to see what would happen if some scenarios happened, like even like dating scenarios, like what if instead of Monica getting with the player, slash MC or whatever, what if she got with one of the dorkies like Shiori or Yuri, Natsuki, and then what if Natsuki got with Shiori or Yuri, and Yuri if she got with one of the dorkies, and Shiori if she got with one of them, blah blah blah, etc. I just think it was a very cool, interesting concept, like what would happen if all these scenarios happen? It's not just like dating stuff either. It's also there like, what would happen if Shiori lived? What would happen if a festival happened? What would happen if Act 2 never happened? And what would happen if Monica accidentally, fucked up somewhere? I don't know. It's just a very cool and interesting mod to see, just to see what like furious impossible scenarios that could have happened if if some of these scenarios happened. I really like this mod. It's very interesting to see all these scenarios. Yeah, it's not the best one out there, but there isn't really anything wrong with it anyway. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I don't really have anything wrong with the mod, but it's just not quite there to be a 10 if that makes sense. So yeah, still though an amazing mod, and anyone who likes DDLC mods, I recommend you watching this just to see all the cool scenarios that could happen. So yeah, DDLC not behind closed doors. What if mod? Amazing. Should watch it. Next up, DDLC Yandere mod. This mod was weird. Like, basically, it's just imagine if everyone was Act 2 Yuri. Basically, everyone goes insane and they would do anything for the MC, or slash player. I think, well, that's mostly Monica's thing. She wants to play, not the MC. But yeah, it's such a cursed mod. Maybe it's supposed to be one of those, like another jokey mod, which is fairs. But yeah, it's such a weird and cursed mod. I couldn't really like I don't know. It's just kind of that like, bro, you know. I don't know. It was a weird mod, and I just weird. That's literally the only way you can describe this mod. Weird. I mean, it's like a cool little scenario, like what if all the doggies were younger, and basically MC had to be scared of literally everyone, and he has to like get away and stay safe. I did find it funny at times. I think it's supposed to be one of those mods that is supposed to be funny and isn't supposed to be too serious. I did find it funny sometimes, but apart from that, I was just there like, what the hell is happening? But apart from that, it's a pretty cool mod. It's a pretty cool mod. I would give it 6.5. You know, I know. Well, actually, I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7. I think it is supposed to be one of those comedy mods, and I did laugh a few times. It was like they crack a chuckle out of me sometimes. But apart from that, yeah. And last but not least, DDLC body switch mod. I know it might sound a little similar to a DDLC switcheroo, but it's actually not like that. Basically, Monica and Shiori switch bodies, and Natsuki and Yuri switch bodies. Basically, Yuri is now in Natsuki's body, Natsuki is in Yuri's body, Monica is in Shiori's, and Shiori is in Monica's. It was just like, it's such a cool modern, cool little concept. It's amazing. Again, I don't want to give too much away, but you should watch this mod. I give it. I'm fuck it, 10 out of 10. You know, I love it. I love it. It was just as good as Switcheroo. Well, not just as good, but yeah. Anyways, that's all the mods I've watched. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like, comment down up below what you want to see next, subscribe to the brand new humans and my brand new videos, including the bell icon near the subscribe button to get notification every time I do a video live stream. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, you flipping legends.